Kill the fattened calf.
Me,
Is that what you're supposed to do?
yeah, that's right. I got to kill a fatted calf and call everybody up, and we're gonna because my prodigal son has returned, and he has returned with one of the founders of the Common Hand Farms. Tess is here. Eric, Andrea, Caroline. They're all from the Common Hand Farms. They're not only farm, but it's typical of Columbia and Greene County. They're musicians too. That's the way it works. So, welcome to the WGXC Morning Show. Tess, tell me about Common Hand Farms, and I'll bet you there's a reason why it's called Common Hands Farm.
Well, hello. Common Hands Farm started about 2 years ago. We're really close outside Hudson on 23B. We're just all about community. We love bringing people together. We love empowering people to learn how to farm.
So you got this idea. You're on 23B. How many acres do you have?
We have about 12 acres that we're on right now on a larger piece of 40 acres. And we are cultivating about 6 or 7 of those.
And how does it work? Do you guys do it, or do you have volunteers or members? How does the whole situation work out?
We have apprentices this year, and we hire people to help us, and we also take on volunteers.
Okay, and then when you harvest, then of course you have your CSA, and I guess you have a farm stand also.
Yeah, we're building that this year. It's going to be a new thing we're really excited about. We just feel like there should be fresh food available more throughout the week to people in Hudson and the surrounding area. So we're going to have a farm stand open throughout Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
That's one of my, the regular listeners know this is one of the things that I key on all the time, and of course Karen always keys on. I don't have anything against Price Chop and Shop, right? Y'all all right? I got love for everybody, but I'll tell you, you're driving down the road, there's farm stands, and this is from the ground, baby. It doesn't get any better than this, and so we're hoping that our listeners support.
Yeah.
Are you harvesting already?
We're doing a few things. We're doing some small microgreens, and baby spinach, and soon things are going to be picking up, though.
I love me some baby spinach. So, Eric, what do you do besides just hang out?
Well, I do a lot of that, but I'm also a crew member, which means that I just do whatever there needs to do on the farm.
Okay.
Which will include watering, fence maintenance. Hoeing is a big one. Planting, all kind of the day-to-day duties that we might have on the farm.
Lift that bell. Okay, and what about Andrea? What do you do?
Well, I am an apprentice this year for the first time, and I do pretty much the same stuff that Eric does. I also
Nuh-uh. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he does a little bit more than me for sure, but I also help Tess out a little bit with certain things marketing-wise around town, and yeah.
Okay, and Caroline, sweet Caroline.
Yeah, I'm the same deal as Angie. I'm an apprentice, and I really love it, and happy.
So you guys all live on the farm?
No. We live a few blocks away.
You live a few blocks away, and so we're getting ready. We're getting ready for the farming season, and I know that you have a couple of things going. We're doing some fundraisers. Why don't you tell us about the fundraisers?
All right. So we're going to be having a fundraiser on May 21st. Over at the Chai Shop on Warren Street. Our friends Raj and Lily, who are the owners of the Chai Shop, are going to be cooking up an amazing Indian meal for people who are signing up. There will be more information if you get in touch with us via our email, which is hudsonlocal@gmail.com, and probably on our website as well. And so It'll be $45 per person, and it'll be an amazing meal.
And what is the fundraising
Cooked
for?
with all of our produce.
Oh, there you go. There was a very
That's
important
the
point. And what will what is the fundraiser for?
It's actually for this farm stand that I was just mentioning. We want to make a beautiful stand out of cedar and make it just look like this beautiful place for people to come outside of town and pick up their produce. And also it's a place where our CSA members will come and choose their share. So that's something we're doing this year different than last year, is enabling more choice. So CSA members will come to a stand that we've set up with everything that's kind of ready at the time, and they pick 7 items of their choice.
Now, once again, for those who don't know, or for those who have a memory like a strainer, like I do, explain what a CSA is.
Who wants to take that? Eric.
Who wants to take that? Eric's going to
Okay,
take it.
CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture. So basically what that means is that in the spring, farmers typically are looking for capital because the spring is a time when farmers just don't really have a lot. And so one good thing about a community supported agriculture plan is that people pay up front during the season, and so that, you know, that gives the farmers some leeway in terms of what they're able to prepare for the rest of the season.
Okay.
And so, you know, the whole winter and into the spring, people can sign up. And then what happens during the season is that the farm will supply vegetables every week or every other week, depending on how it works. But they'll supply anywhere from, let's say, 6 to 8 or whatever. They just supply what they have that week to the people who have signed up. And so people are getting like the taste of the week basically every week for as long as it goes. And so it typically go from June, like the end of May or June, until November or something like that. And so people will get the whole gamut of vegetables. So it'll start off with like spring greens and scallions or something like that, and you know, the spring vegetables. And then during the summer you'll have all the, you know, classic meaty vegetables like squash and zucchini and tomatoes and all the good stuff.
And for note, the CSAs are all over Columbia and Greene County. We have the folks here from Common Hands, but most of the farms have a lot of them have CSAs. Of course, our good friends over there at Hawthorne. And it is a good way to save money and put fresh vegetables on the table. Now,
we also have, we're also offering egg and meat shares through
Ooh.
and fruit. So we're trying to get people to do more one-stop shopping and get kind of what they need for the week.
Cool.
In one fell swoop. And we're not raising the animals, but our friends are, so we're partnering with some other
And you
local
also
farms.
have a website, do you not?
Yes.
What is the website?
Yeah. So it is commonhandscsa.com.
commonhandscsa.com, and in case somebody wants to join your CSA, that's where they would come.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
that's where they would go. And in addition to this, only Karen would say, we're going to talk some CSAs, we're going to talk some farmers, and they walk in, and every single one of them got instruments. They're singing farmers. They're not just farmers, they're singing farmers. And so we're going to have some live music up in here, up in the house with this group here. Did you name yourselves?
No name.
Well, come on, let's come up with something. The Common Hands Singers.
Eric really is the only real musician here.
Oh, Eric is he's the musician, and you.
Yeah, I'm for real. I'm the realist.
And y'all just holler along with him.
He's been to New Orleans. Look out.
All right, so they're going to get ready. They're going to tune up their voices. They got a half a gallon of Jack Daniels over there. I might join them. In the meantime, let's listen to Culture and Mr. Sluggard.
Where do you get your bread?
Come to justice, Mr. Sluggard. Me that chat to you.
Sit down lazy every day like your apartment. You think I saw?
So tell me where you get your bread, Mr. Sluggard. Tell me where you get your bread each day and night. So tell me where you get your bread, Mr. Sluggard. Tell me where you get your bread each time. Have you ever worked a forklift? Hustling day and night on the wharf. Have you ever worked a taxi? Sleeping on the street side all night long to find some food. So tell me where you get your bread, Mr. Sluggard. Tell me where you get your bread each time you lift your knife and fork. Tell me where you get your bread, Mr. Sluggard. Tell me where you get your bread each time to work in the radio station. It's not easy at all. Did you check out Sister Mary selling with her basket in Coronation Market? Don't you respect that hustling? Tell me where you get your bread, Mr. Sluggard. Tell me where you get your bread each time you eat a belly full. And tell me where you get your bread, Mr. Sluggard. Tell me where you get your bread each time.
Come like you never respect the uncat money higher.
Have you ever worked in a coal pit? Burning fire coal for the nation to cook. I saw you all day long in the streets. Something on the sidewalk, you a look. So tell me where you get your bread, Mr. Sluggard. Tell me where you get your bread each time you eat. Tell me where you get your bread, Mr. Sluggard. Tell me where you get your bread each time. You want the prettiest booty? The new jeans cannot pass. And as you see a pretty car on the wharf, about it you start to talk.
Still have ambition though.
Tell me where you get your bread, Mr. Sluggard. Tell me where you get your bread each time. So tell me where you get your bread, Mr. Sluggard. Tell me where you get your bread each time. Did you ever push a handcart full of farmers' goods, crossing the street between truck and cars, blowing 4 inches across death's face? Hear me when I say, so tell me where you get your bread. Whoa, yeah. It's hard on the street, man, hustlers. Keep man, watch yourself. You better watch what you're doing.
Well, Eric, you're going to have to come over here and tell us what the name of that tune was. Eric just jumped up and grabbed the trumpet. And
That was Variations on Reveille by
on
Bach
by
in
Bach.
B flat major.
All right. So you can see that down on the farm, they do a little bit more than farming. They seem like to me like y'all have a good time down there, doing what you do. And one of the things that I always like to emphasize that we talk about when we used to do the farm show is that keeping the food, keeping the money and the productivity in the community. When you buy from the various farm stands that you see along the road and the CSAs, then your money is not going to Texas and California. It's staying right here in the community, and you're getting fresh food. And there's a lot of work being done. I gotta hand it to Chris Gibson. He's really gotten in here with helping out the farmers. So when it comes to a day like May Day and talking about labor, ain't no labor like farming, man. That's some serious labor. What are you guys up to at this point? What are you're in the greenhouse? You're tilling. You're doing. What are you doing?
A lot of cultivating and seeding and starting seeds and transplanting to get the little guys in there and ready to grow. So it'll be ready for you guys during the season. And I don't know if it's been mentioned, but you guys, we don't use pesticides or any type of other bad things that you don't want on your vegetables. So it's all very pure and good for you in all the ways it can be.
Okay, that sounds good to me. So, in other words, it's not conventional farming.
Exactly.
It's biodynamic.
It's There I was looking for somebody to say it. All right. So now we know what we're talking about.
We should also mention that at this point in the season, we're still trying to fundraise and trying to raise up what we can to get our farm going as best as they can for the season.
And aside from the May 21st event, Indian food event over at the Chai Shop, what else are you doing in the way of fundraising?
Well, we're still just trying to sell CSA shares. We have an open deadline right now. We're expanding by almost triple this year because last year we grew so much and we realized we could have had more members. So we're still pushing for that kind of expansion. But yeah, we're talking about other kinds of fundraisers, potentially some sort of music festival on our land. But that will kind of come out later. But commonhandscsa.com will have event updates. Also, you can friend us on Facebook. We post things there all the time.
All right, so you have stuff on Facebook where you'll be posting to keep people up to date on your fundraisers, and somebody toss that microphone over to this man here sitting next to me while I.
Because I'm a man. Spelled M-A-N.
M-A-N. I'm a man. Talk to me, man. Where you
What's
been?
up?
Where you been?
I moved and then came back. I missed you, Phil. It's good, really good to be back. I'm really glad.
Nobody misses me.
Well, I could at least, it's a figure of speech. So, yeah, I went on Sunday night, or was it Saturday night? I got an invitation to go to, they have an outdoor pizza oven, outdoor bread oven over there on Common Hands Farm. A couple of these cats sent me the invite, and I could actually do it. They've been doing pizza night, actually, for a while. I just want to say something about pizza night for a second here. This is an absolutely fantastic event. This is an example of how these types of farms can actually add so much more to our communities and so much more to the local economy. And like people actually have to go there to pick up their food. People actually stick around and work sometimes, kind of maybe. And it's like a way of being involved with your farm as opposed to just going to the supermarket or even the farm stand. I mean, a lot of people don't have time, but this is a real community farm that's a lot of these farms are starting to develop. So if you ever stop by Common Farm or look them up, look into those shares. Getting a share is a way to participate in the seasonal vegetables. You learn how to cook different vegetables you might not otherwise buy. And it's just, I will never stop promoting CSAs, and I'm really glad you guys are doing it.
That's right. And keep in mind, for the record, we're promoting CSAs all over. Everybody's CSA.
That's right.
They're all over, and the more you buy from them, the more we help our local farmers.
Yeah, but it's not just community-supported agriculture. It's a writer often noted that it should be agriculture-supported communities. Because if you look back in the day, actually, all our communities were agriculture-supported. You could not have a community without farms. What are you going to eat? What are you going to eat all winter long, especially in these climates? So we're getting back to basics in a way here, but also like catapulting things into the future by having community-supported agriculture, because we're getting our communities back to supporting being more self-sufficient and locally grown. I'll stop right there, guys.
Okay, you guys got anything?
It's good to be back, Phil. Thanks for having me, and maybe next Wednesday.
You guys got anything you'd like to add? And in closing, come on, somebody do a benediction.
We got nothing. No, eat our food
All right,
Food is good.
all the time.
We also want to give a shout out to our main farmer, Dan McManus. We love you, Dan. We
all
love you,
right, Dan. You got a lot of love here. You're listening to WGXE 90.7 FM. This is the WGXE Morning Show. Philip is on your radio. Coming up, Pacifica Radio's Democracy Now! With Amy Goodman and Juan Gonzalez. Today, NBA player Jason Collins says he was inspired by a tennis star, Martina, Martina, when she came out in 1981. Also today, May Day. Thousands of Bangladesh workers march and demand a new workplace for safety. So that's coming up. And then 9 o'clock, I'll be back with another special guest. We're going to be talking about what's going on in the services that are being offered here in Hudson. So our guests have been from the Common Hands Farm, Tess, one of the founders, Eric, Andrea, and Caroline. Thank you so much for coming down and occupying some time.